I get a lot of questions about, Paul, I like your videos, but what can we do? I can spend 5 minutes telling you why neither political party cares about us, but I think we all know they just don't care, and they're not here to fight for us right now. The Republicans are in a religious cult. They worship a man. He's their deity. He is their God. He is their Messiah. He is their Jim Jones. He can do no wrong. And you have the Democrats, and there's a handful of them that I really feel are fighting, but the majority of them not. They're giving strongly worded speeches. Let's wait for the midterms. We don't have that long. So here's what I propose. A general strike. You shut this whole damn country down. How does that work? You get 3.5% of the population to agree to it. What does that entail? You stop working. You stop paying your federal taxes. We live in a social contract. We pay our taxes. We get services back. The government helps with things like FEMA and Department of Education and all kinds of other things. The government has broken their half of the contract. The executive branch is not listening to the Supreme Court. They're deporting U.S. citizens. They're not giving people due process. They're talking about doing away with habeas corpus. They've illegally fired thousands and thousands of employees. They've dismantled the Department of Education, where children with autism, and on and on and on. Why should we continue to live by our half of the social contract? It's a general strike. You want to call it a revolution? Then so be it. Throw a bag of sand in the gears and shut it down. But this isn't just about doing one thing, about impeaching the president and J.D. Vance, because they're both traitors to this country. They are. This is about, you have to systemically change what we're doing as a country, or there's no point in going forward. Because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of having the same issues come up. So if you go and visit the petition on change.org, 2025strike.com, you're going to see a couple things. You reverse Citizens United. You reinstate Roe versus Wade, which was the law of the land for 50 years, because the justices that are up there said it was established law and they lied. At some point, we should discuss terminating them, because you can't lie on an application as a regular citizen and keep your job, and neither should they. You tax the wealthy at 25%, and then you tax them on their unrealized capital gains. You need to tax the wealthy on their wealth, not just their income. Minimum wage has been $7.50 since 2009. That's unacceptable. It goes up to $15 an hour. For tipped workers, it's about $2.33 an hour. That should be $7.50. Pay people a goddamn living wage. You have to implement basic, fundamental, not radical, not infringement, gun safety measures. Safe gun storage. Go through a safety class. Learn how to clean it, how to use it. Background checks. You should not be able to go to a gun show and just buy a gun without going through a background check. That is literally insane. Those are a few simple things that are not an infringement. We have over 40,000 people that die a year for gun violence, and I've had enough of it. I'm tired of everyone fighting and fighting and fighting and protesting and lobbying, and nothing happens. Our children should not be going to school afraid of being shot, while Congress wants to send thousands of tweets and bills about 12 trans people in college sports. It's a freaking joke, and I've had enough. Now, if you're like me and you've had enough, then let's do it together. Now, I haven't announced it yet, but I have a congressman that I'm talking to that's going to get on board with this. And I'm going to interview this person June 11th through the 13th. The day is to be determined, but I will announce it on my channel when it comes. I understand that it is financially strapping for a lot of people. I've been there. I've sold my PlayStation to pay for rent. I sold my Spawn comic book to buy gas. I have been there. Trust me, I've been there. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to think about this. What if we do nothing and we're already in a financial situation? How much worse is it going to get if we don't do anything? The fact that people can't even afford to strike is exactly what is fundamentally wrong. with this system. People can't even miss work because they're going to lose their house. People are deciding between paying the rent and having health care or eating and getting gas in their car. That's fucked up. That's not a great country, people. It's just not. 11% of our country live in poverty. 14 million children go to school hungry. Over almost 800,000 people are living homelessness. And now we have women with increased substance rates because white Christian nationalists want to take away, and they did take away, a woman's right to choose, to push their religious ideology. That's enough. This is enough as a country. We have to be pissed off enough and angry enough that we're willing to be uncomfortable. We're going to get some bumps and bruises and some broken bones. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. But when you look at actual change throughout the course of the United States, what if John Lewis said, I'm not going to cross the bridge because I might lose my job. I'm not going to sit on the bus because I might lose my job. I might not give a speech because I might lose my job. I'm not going to take a knee because I might lose my job. I'm not going to build the Underground Railroad because I might lose my job. We have to be willing to be uncomfortable, and we have to be willing to stop buying into this digital outrage. There's too many people right now that are making videos for likes and views because they want to monetize off of it. Oh, look, he threw a Frisbee behind his back. Look, he's dancing with the reindeer. I understand it's great, but we have to focus as creators and as Americans on one goal. Because if we don't stop fascism, all these freedoms that we have right now, they're going to be gone. And yes, I'm just some random guy on here, but you know what? I started this channel because I care about my fellow Americans, the people that I don't know. You're not strangers. You're simply my neighbors that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet. One person can make a change. That's very evident. If you get enough grains of sand, you have a beach, and then you have an island. We can do it, and that's proving by these protests that we're doing on a Saturday. We're having 5-6 million people, which is great. But here's the honest truth. We get up on Saturday, we eat our breakfast, we watch morning cartoons, we do a rally, we give each other a high five, we make signs, and then we post it on Facebook and we go back to Netflix. Nothing has changed. They are good. They're showing momentum. They're great. But it's not changing the system. We have to make the government as uncomfortable, if not more uncomfortable, than we are. That is the only way that we're going to change. If we tell the government enough is enough, because there's 350 million of us, and there's a hell of a lot more of them. But we have to stop being afraid to weaponize our power as consumers and as citizens and as neighbors. We can do this together, but we have to be on board and we have to promote it together. 2025strike.com, 2025strike.com. We can do this, people, but we have to pull together and we have to focus on one common goal. And if our elected officials won't do it, then somebody like me is going to be the one to do it. I'm willing to do it if you'll do it with me. I will fight next to you. I will march next to you. I will go to jail next to you if that's what it takes. But we have to do it together. Who's with me?